Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And my friends, welcome back to another exciting episode. We've got another amazing guest here this morning. Yes, it's not a guru. It's not a paid actor. It's not a interview sliced and diced up into a little 5-minute segment where you're building a story or a case. We are going to speak here for 45 to 60 minutes, and we are going to lay out everything live for you about Janelle's journey here of starting online as a digital marketer, knowing nothing, having no experience, a former nail tech, had a nail business. She'll talk to you a little bit about that, why that business struggled, her difficulties in gaining her time back, scaling her business, and why she came online searching for ways to make money online, ways to learn new skills here, and what going through our courses, our curriculum, both the 15-day online business builder challenge, which has incredible value. If that's where you're at, that's where you start, that's where you stay, or our business blueprints program, which of course has more coaching, has more accountability, has more in-depth step-by-step training about all of the different platforms and so on and so forth. And not to mention, we do have 4 different blueprints here at Legendary Marketer, because we do teach 4 different business models, courses, coaching, events, and doing affiliate marketing. What do all of those have in common? Well, there are 4 ways to sell information online, because the e-learning niche or industry is such a huge booming industry right now. So with that being said, let's get this baby kicked off. Janelle, welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. So did I get that intro right? Was that pretty spot on about
Yeah.
what you had going on before? Are you still in the nail business in any way, shape, or form?
No, I'm not. But since joining Legendary and taking the course and everything, I see how now I could improve on that business, if that makes sense. Like if I ever wanted to go back to nails, I know how I could automate it and stuff and really make it grow versus how I was doing it in the past.
Yeah. I love that. Super
Mhm.
helpful. And so, what led you to thinking about doing something online? Is that something that you've always wanted to do? Is that something that's come up here over the last couple of years since the pandemic? What
Mhm.
really has been your motivation?
So I would say my now husband has been an influence on me as far as entrepreneurship and trying to gain my own time freedom again and working for myself. So he's been a huge help in that.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Um, so, talk to us about when you started. When did you first take the challenge,
Mhm.
and what was that experience like for you? Just enrolling in our, which again,
Mhm.
for anybody who's not familiar with our product line and kind of how and why we have the products that we do, we have a very simple product offering. We have a $7 15-day online business builder challenge, which is like an appetizer, and it has lots of amazing info. If you have not taken the challenge, we encourage you to go through the challenge, go through all the days, soak up all the information. There's going to be offers in there and suggestions for other programs, more advanced programs. You can take those if you want, our blueprints being one of them. We're also going to suggest tools and software, low to no cost tools along the way. And then we have our blueprints program, which is our more in-depth, ongoing, live coaching, workshop oriented plus courses program. But everybody starts with the challenge because we want people to get a taste, and we want people to make sure that they want to do something like this before they're introduced to something that's more advanced, that's more serious, and also more expensive. So what was your experience like going through those first few days? What came up to you that was exciting? Also, what were the limiting beliefs that popped up in your head that were maybe scary or caused anxiety?
Mhm. Right. So how it started was obviously I found someone on Instagram and I was watching her story on like how she got started and how she had took the 15-day course and how it had changed her life, right? And um I had been asking God for a sign to like show me what it is that I need to be doing. And she kept popping up. And I was like, okay, I finally listened and gave in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, take this course and just do it. I have no idea about affiliate marketing, nothing. Um, took the 15-day course and then like I was like, okay, this is good. Like I like what he's talking about. I see myself doing it. I was like, I still don't know where to go from here, but I'm gonna keep watching and whatnot. And then obviously I spoke with my advisor and invested in the blueprints as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was what was intriguing to you? What was exciting to you? I mean, do you remember any light bulb moments that kind of went off that you were like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
this is, I mean, because obviously that, you're a smart person, you're a previous entrepreneur and business owner. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to just run into a black abyss when there's nothing, just because somebody said, hey, this you can be successful with this. What are, if you remember any, what were some of the
Mm-hmm.
light bulb moments that went off that you were like, yeah, these business models make sense,
Mm-hmm.
like this is different than something that I was doing before, uh,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of maybe your nail business or something like that.
Right. So I think what had interested me the most was like how I could like set up systems to make this business work for myself, like passively, like instead of me always being present.
Yeah.
Uh, because obviously with nails, I always had to be present. I always had to be doing something. I was always messaging somebody. It was always something that I had to do, and I couldn't see myself stepping away from that. But with learning from your course, I was able to see how I could like step away and not always be present. Like my business can still work without me being there.
Yeah,
That's what
and
I like.
that's one of the things we're going to talk about on this interview on the show is kind of email marketing. That's actually a great example
Mm-hmm.
of the ability to be able to use a simple software tool that's available to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of individually texting people or individually emailing people, you
Mm-hmm.
can generate people and segment them onto a list, giving them something or asking them to subscribe, and them giving you their email address,
Mm-hmm.
consenting to you actually emailing them, and then at the push of a button, having an email go out to, how many people are on your email list at this point?
I have over 10,000 right now.
Holy
Mhm.
crap. I mean,
Mhm.
that's that
Mhm.
congratulations on that alone. I mean, that
Mhm.
lets me know that you have been working hard, working
Yeah.
diligently
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
generate leads, and that what you've
Mhm.
been doing has been effective. But let's before we get into, I want people to really understand this. You were stuck in, you owned your job, sort of like the cash flow quadrant, where
Mhm.
you kind of, go from employed to self-employed, and
Mhm.
then you go to business owner. And
Mhm.
that's the big leap that we all want to take. The difference between being self-employed, where you kind of own your job, and if you don't show up, you don't make money, to over to being a business owner,
Mhm.
is that you're able to leverage people and systems
Mhm.
to multiply your efforts. A simple video does the same thing. A video
Mhm.
out there on social media being seen by tens of thousands of people multiplies your efforts, instead of you doing it one on one. Is that what you're talking about? And is there anything else that comes up for you before we move on to kind of email marketing around like this idea of
Mhm.
leverage and system scaling, doing
Mhm.
the some of the work or
Mhm.
a lot of the heavy lifting for you?
Mhm. Yeah, I would definitely agree with all of that. Yeah, that was a huge step from being, you said, just self-employed to like full entrepreneurship, like and owning my own business, and being able to step away. Yeah, that was. huge dump, huge jump. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's a
And
huge dump of a weight
yes,
off your shoulders too, right?
yes, yes. And it was like it just opened my eyes more to like the possibilities. Like if I did want to go into any other niche, like I could see how I could really use what I learned from the course and be able to step away and not always have to be hands on with everything.
Yeah, Vernalisi says, hopefully I'm not butchering your name too bad. Sorry if I did. That's me in real estate. I need to be present to make money. Glad
Mm-hmm.
I'm becoming legendary. And
Mm-hmm.
I am glad you're becoming legendary to learn these skills. Real estate's another great example of, whoo, it's a lot of footwork. Now it's a prestigious career.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate agent. And again,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very prestigious, very honorable career. However, you get into it. I have many real estate agent friends and brokers. It is a grind. I mean, you are working all the time, generating leads. A lot of people say, well, they make 30, $50,000 commissions. Yeah, they do. And maybe they might not make a commission for 3 months, for 4 months, for 5 months because they were generating leads, grinding,
Mm-hmm.
connecting, doing deals, showing houses, making phone calls, sending emails. And so, was let's talk before we get to email about, once you first of all, how did you commit the time and what was that like to kind of go back to school here in Legendary? First, you went through the challenge,
Mm-hmm.
you enrolled in our blueprints. What was that like to commit to the learning? A lot of people buy our curriculum and then, it's a struggle for them to actually go through it.
Keep going.
What,
Yeah.
what was that like for you to follow through and commit? And actually, I know if you're doing email marketing, you're learning. I mean, these are more
Right.
advanced, high income skills. So what was that like for you to go back to school?
Um,
Not that
like I
you're
said,
that far out of school. You're
right,
fairly
right,
right.
yeah, yes. To go back on that, my now husband, he definitely influenced like you always need to be learning, like always. So no matter what, you should always invest in something, courses, just to keep ahead. Like I want to stay ahead, and I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again if I'm not going to be consistently learning. So I knew I wanted this, so I had to also remember my why and like why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Who am I doing it for? So that's also what kept me going. Like I had I'm human too. I fall short. I didn't always want to like be there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like I'm tired of this. I'm tired of like going through all of these videos and stuff, and I'm still not fully understanding everything. But you have to like consistently remind yourself why you're doing this, like, and always be ready to learn. Like you have to always be a student.
Maybach said, "How was the learning process for you that this was kind of a brand new idea for you?
How was the learning process?
That this was kind of a new idea for you. I don't know exactly what she means by that, but
Okay.
I would assume this is something that's totally outside of your wheelhouse.
Oh,
Was it
right.
easy
Yes.
for something for you to, or was it? What were some of the biggest roadblocks for you or some of the things that were surprisingly easy for you
Mm-hmm.
learning a brand new skill
Gotcha.
that you and even in something that's more tech heavy
Yes.
rather than working with your hands in the nail work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, that's a really good question.
Yeah, that's what she said. She followed up going from nail tech to marketer,
Oh,
working
yes. Yeah.
online. I mean, did you battle with the whole I'm not tech savvy? And then
Mm-hmm.
did you realize it wasn't as you didn't need to be as tech savvy as you thought you needed to be? I mean,
Right.
does anything stand out from going through the curriculum in terms of thoughts in your head
Mm-hmm.
besides just, hey, I don't want to be here right now, particularly doing this, but I'm committing anyways?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, mm, yeah, it was definitely a jump from like doing nails. So I was still present on social media. So I knew social media that wasn't necessarily too new for me. as far as like the social media that I'm doing now, like with automating messages and stuff, yeah, it was definitely different. I had to get over, like, how do I explain it? Like, I was getting over definitely trying new things, like, because I was like, oh, I don't need this, like, I'm good, I know how to do it, like I did this in my previous social media account, and now, I'm just going to take that over into here. I had to let go of that mindset and be willing to, like, um be, like I said, to learn. Like, I still have to learn and be willing to, like, adapt. Like, I just had to, because I couldn't take my old mindset into this. Like, it wasn't going to work. I wasn't going to go much farther if I kept that same mindset. So that's how I think of it.
Hello, mindset, my friends. And you
Yeah.
have a young lady here who is talking about letting an old mindset go. Wow, that's a wake up call here,
Mhm.
because, so often we speak of old mindsets being something that we've done for many years or many decades, when in reality, what you're understanding at a fairly young age is that, hey, I may have mindsets from last year that are no longer, that I need to let go. Is that kind of what
Mhm.
I hear you saying?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Very powerful. Very
Mhm.
big old platinum nugget right there. So
Yeah.
so what was it like when you went from learning to launching and
Mhm.
actually pressing post to go
Mhm.
from just using to, okay, what's that reaction all about? Talk to us
Yeah,
about that
that
phase.
yes, that was crazy, because obviously this I was stepping into a whole new niche. So that was like, okay, I know what I did before, but obviously that's not going to work here, because I'm in how to help people make money online. Like, I'm in the make money online niche. I need to learn how to talk to those people and not people about nails. You know what I'm saying? So that that was a jump. It was a jump. It was pretty hard in the beginning to learn how to relate to my audience, and I feel like that's huge, because obviously if you're not relating to your audience, they're not going to receive, or they're not going to, like, be able to relate to you, and also learning how to, instead of me looking for money, like, even though, that's the goal, we want to make money, but I had to learn that I need to serve before, instead of me looking into my own gains. So
Mm.
that it was a lot when I first launched.
Well, that's a lot for anybody
Yeah.
to consider, that concept that you just shared, which is, look, I started this the same reason you start any business or upgrade any business or marketing or business related skill. I started this to gasp.
Yeah.
Well, to make money, right? It's like,
Yes.
duh. Why does anybody go to college? Why does
You're
anybody
right.
go back to college? Why does anybody go to trade school? Why does anybody read a business book? Most personal development books, or many of them, are revolve around business. It's to upgrade your skills. It's to
Mhm.
be more valuable. It's to make more money.
Right.
And you're then immediately faced with this, what is it, an oxymoron, kind of
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
backwards kind of, wait, I gotta serve in order to make, right?
Yep.
Like, I gotta
Yep.
give.
Yes.
I
Oh my
gotta
God.
I gotta be valuable. I have to provide service. In this case, I have to provide education or entertainment. I mean, that's what
Mhm.
social media is. You're not doing anybody's
Yes.
nails through a video. So
Mhm.
even if you were to teach nails, and obviously you're seeing a lot of ways that you could have scaled, or you could build a brand around in that niche,
Mhm.
you're still needing to provide, you're serving your audience with something informative, knowledgeable, entertaining. And
Mhm.
so that was a huge that was a huge thing for you, and that's a huge thing I think that we just kind of all take in here for a moment, because if you're feeling that struggle in the beginning of frustration
Mhm.
because things aren't moving as fast as you want, it that likely is the shift that you need to make. And would you say that that was one of the biggest shifts that you needed to make early on, was that mindset shift that, hey, I need to time
Mhm.
out on my own needs and gains here and shift into how can I serve? And what ideas came to you about how you could serve? What changed
Mhm.
during that awareness that you got?
Yeah, so instead of like focusing on me and how it impacted me, I had to show them like how it could benefit them, how I could help them make money. It's not about me. Honestly, they could care less about me. They want to know, we're selfish. They want to know how can she make me money versus me just talking about how much money I've made. They don't care about that. They want to know how I can make them money and how I can help them. So with changing my content, it was more on, step by step videos on like how you can do exactly what I'm doing versus like me just talking about myself.
Yeah. And obviously that applies to any niche, right? That
Mhm.
that concept, this concept about giving people value in showing them how to get what they want in whatever given topic your channel is about,
Mhm.
that is that is the whole idea.
Mhm.
Um, that is that, and especially if you're going to be promoting something, if you just have a page that's just more about kind of personal pictures and personal branding, where you're just kind of showing off your lifestyle and you're not really promoting anything. Well, you
Mhm.
can take nice pictures of yourself doing cool things, and
Mhm.
it's not as reliant on delivering value and actually showing people that you can help them by actually first helping them. This
Yeah.
is so key. You
Mhm.
can't just tell them. This is something that I want everybody. We've got nearly 400 people listening right now. I want everybody to hear this. Thousands more will hear the replay. I want everybody to hear this real clear. It's not enough to tell them that you can help them. You need to show them, prove to them that you can help them by actually helping them in the videos, in your marketing videos. They need to be able to have some sort of an epiphany. They need to learn something, walk away with some sort of a valuable tip, be, so they can actually see and experience what it is to get some sort of value from you, to learn something from you, which will gain their trust so much more than if you just tell them that you can help them. And
Mhm.
so, how did your content evolve, and how did that lead into you building your email list? Let's talk about, as you grew, you had these awarenesses around, I need to serve, I need
Mhm.
to show people I can help them by actually helping them. And
Mhm.
and I also, I want to do this right. Unlike the nail business where
Mhm.
where I was doing everything, I want to
Mhm.
do this right. I want to build my email list. So how did that next phase, after that kind of awareness that you got about serving people, how did your
Mhm.
content, your marketing content and videos evolve? And
Mhm.
how did that really connect into you? And how did you begin to build your email list in a more, I would assume you started to grow it faster at that point as well. Talk about that
Yeah.
next phase.
Yeah. So, with me changing my content to really showing them how they can make money. One of my reels blew up, and I had like 3 million views on it, and so many people um, wanted to know more. So obviously, I had mini chat set up and had them sent right to my email list after they opted in and everything. And yeah, that was it. And I already pre-made a whole bunch of emails for them to go through. So yeah, that was it. Just after that one reel went off, people were constantly in my DMs. That's why it was so good to have stuff automated for me, so I didn't have to message back all those thousands of people that were responding, trying to ask. Like, I already had my freebie that they wanted, the guide, and yeah, it was already sent to my email list, and that was it.
One thing led kind of naturally to the other,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's like once you once you once you have that switch, that shift in, okay, I need to really serve here, and I'm going to
Mhm,
start creating more valuable content where I'm showing people more things, where I'm
mhm,
explaining more things, where
mhm,
I'm giving them more meat and potatoes. I want all of you to really remember that the best thing you can do in your marketing sometimes is give your very best things away for free.
mhm,
Now that's a what do you mean? Why wouldn't I save the
mhm,
best stuff for my course or save
mhm,
it? Because you can expand on those things in your course.
mhm,
You can expand on those things in your ebooks. You can expand on those things in the courses that you're selling or the coaching programs that you're selling. You need to give away your best stuff, snippets of it, um, snapshots of your very best concepts right in your marketing videos, because people need to see your best stuff right up front. You need to put your best foot forward. And again, that doesn't mean it's impossible to explain a whole concept, to show a whole strategy in a 30 or 60-minute video, but you can give a nutshell explanation. You can explain a concept to somebody. You can go deeper than just talking about results. You should go deeper than just talking about results. Again, like you said a minute ago, Janelle, people don't care about your results as much as they care about how you can help them. And
yeah,
if you're explaining something and sharing something with them that they can see themselves getting results with.
yes,
if
exactly.
if you're explaining something in a video, just like we're doing right now in this interview, I
Mhm,
mean, you and I are both throwing out actionable nuggets. it's
mhm,
why it's why hundreds of people come back to this show every morning. It's
mhm,
why it's a great place to be, is because we're not holding back. We're not gatekeeping the best secrets. We're saying this is a a, a, a bite or two or three of what is in our blueprints.
mhm,
This is a bite of what is in our 15-day challenge. These are the concepts that we teach. Here is what we're all about. We're not
mhm,
gatekeeping those. And oh, by the way, we're going to combine those by bringing on a guest who is going to share how they utilized those strategies.
mhm,
So we're pouring even more value on trying to make this free show
mhm,
as valuable as possible versus taking these interviews and putting them behind a paywall. We think this is some of our best content we do here at Legendary Marketer. So we're putting this out for free to let people know that we're serious about delivering value. And I think a lot of people feel hesitant to share their best stuff for free because
mhm,
they're afraid that people are going to think, well, if I got that, I'm not going to need you for anything else. Did
mhm.
that ever come up for you?
Some at some points, yes, I thought that, but like you had said, I learned that I can expand more and even give them even more with the. That's how I created my own digital guide. Like, I went further from my free ebook that I had made. So yeah,
Good for
yep.
you.
Mhm.
So that's digital guide is one of the kind of digital products that you're selling, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So you've got multiple streams of income now from
Mhm.
different affiliate programs and products that you're promoting, as well as courses, as well as your own product.
Mhm.
And how does that feel? I mean, I didn't see when you started, uh, December of 2023. So
Yes,
how
I
does that?
know.
I mean, hold on a second now. Congratulations.
Right.
Um,
Thank you.
how does that feel? If you just sit back and
Honestly,
take that in for a minute.
I know it's a lot. Like, yeah, having multiple streams and sometimes forgetting where some of the streams are coming from.
Them
Like
streams is streaming.
I know it's a lot. I'm still trying to like process all of that still because it's still very very much new, and it feels great. Like knowing that I have all of these. Like yeah, and knowing that all of this was possible because I invested in this course, like it's amazing. Mind blown.
Good for you. And I love that this is why I love the show. We're 30 minutes in. It's not a little snippet of, well, just if you buy this course, you can have all this. No, I mean, friends, listen to all the work that she's put in. Listen to how, I mean, you're able to talk about these concepts as a, I mean, I would damn near say a freaking expert. I mean, but I don't even call myself an expert because there's so much to learn, but you are really on a level, man. And it's just from a few months of really truly dedicating yourself as much as you've needed to. And that's why we need to really kind of try to stay away from that. This is going to take somebody any amount of hours in the day, because I mean, I remember when I first got started, I was so passionate about learning these concepts that I would be, and sometimes I still do find myself between computer and phone, learning, listening, podcast, videos, courses. I might be totally engulfed in this stuff for 6, 8, 10 hours a day. And then I might also be working 6, 8, 10 hours a day because I'm so passionate about this stuff, especially now that we got our phones. You might consider that work time if I'm doing something work related on my phone, but you've really put in the work, right?
Yes.
And it's not been easy.
Oh, no. No.
That's important for people to hear. This is a commitment. You also started during the holidays. I mean, let's just backtrack one step. And what was that like to commit to something, during that time? You've also got the new year. Things tend to be kind of, a lot of things going on in the new year, a lot of distractions, a lot of, maybe there's family gatherings or things that are happening. How did you maintain focus through all that?
I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, and also staying consistent. I would say in the beginning, I wasn't as consistent as I am now. So, and December was like more of like, okay, we just like testing the waters out right now. We just getting my feet wet, trying to like just start, like just start, do something, and yeah.
Yeah, I hear
It's a
you. I
lot.
mean, I've worked through the holidays um, on projects over the years, and it's all about how you want to approach it. I kind of looked at a couple of projects over the holidays in the past that, hey, I'm going to get a lot of quiet time on this because a lot of people are off with family, and I'm going to be here focused, and those are some of the sacrifices that I've made along the journey, where other people were taking 2-3 week vacations and I was rebuilding an entire course, or I was, rebuilding an entire business or overhauling something. And, it's like, wow, I come out in January and it's like, I just feel like I got 3 months of work done because I had my head down throughout December, and I was able to really focus. So let's fast forward. What tips do you have around email marketing? I mean, I saw some questions come through about how you wrote your emails. I mean, did you go through our curriculum around copywriting? How did you improve those skills of, first and foremost, just writing those emails? Did you use some sort of AI? Talk to us a little bit about just the crafting and creating of the emails, and kind of developing that skill, which is a skill of both, delivering information and also persuasion. It's not like writing a book report in school. It
Right.
is much different. It has to be a singular message, simple, easy to understand, easy to read, usually promoting one thing. You don't want to overwhelm people too much. You want to tell stories. You want to deliver value also in your emails. How did you develop that skill, and how did you get that first batch of emails actually created for your follow-up series?
So when I first started, I just started like just got it out there, right? I just wrote emails, got something out there. It was ugly. I don't think they were all that great in the beginning until I went back and like I was like, okay, let me really edit these more and like get into like, okay, I'm trying to like promote these products to these people. They want to get to it. Like they don't need like all these long pages, because I had to also ask myself, would I read this? Like, am I going to sit here and read this? If I'm not going to sit here and read this, why would I send it to you? So I had to fix a lot of things. How I format it, I know I used Chat GPT a lot to help me, because there's different ways that you can structure your emails and stuff like that. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. They all can be good as long as you have valuable information that they want, you know, and even down to headlines. Like those headlines are definitely key to get somebody to even click your email. Like I had people I had people emailing me just off my headlines. So that's a huge thing too.
Well,
That's
because people will read the headline and not even read the dadgum email, right? I mean,
yes, yes.
we're a society of headline scrollers nowadays.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Very cool. Very cool. So headlines are really important. We overlook
Yes.
headlines so often. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Asking yourself, would I read this email myself? I mean, what
Mm-hmm.
did you find yourself typing that you were like, I would not read this? I mean, was it too long? Was it boring? Was it like, how did what changes did you make to make it more interesting to you first and foremost, and be able to answer
Mm-hmm.
that question? Yeah, I would read this.
Right. So definitely it was long and it was boring and it was too much about me. And I was like, okay, they don't, once I realized that they don't care about me, they want to know how this can make them money, it became a much shorter. It became like broken up into more sections. I think that's easier for people to read versus like one big long paragraph. I'm not about to sit there and read that. I need sections. You can add pictures. I don't really add pictures, but I find them to be funny when I read other people's emails. So
Yeah.
that's nice. But yeah, honestly, after once they click on your headline, they want to know what it is. Like they give them that value that you said, like in your headline, to even get them to click, you know, and then talk about yourself afterwards. If they want to read about you, they will, you know. Yeah.
Mm. Very, very great. Wonderful tips.
Mhm.
Great points.
Mhm.
Jasmine Diaz, I love her strategy.
Thank
Really nice content on your profile page. Awesomeness. Just really, really, really great tips, and all useful and all 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 practical, all practical stuff that we can all use no matter what. And friends, look, this is not about affiliate marketing, even. It's certainly not affiliate marketing in the wealth niche or affiliate marketing for legendary market or anything else like that. I want everybody to imagine just that if a legendary marketer didn't have an affiliate program today, because many of you come in and you're new, and you tend to kind of limit yourself about the possibilities of how these skill sets can be used and what these strategies can be applied to. And many of you have existing businesses, you have jobs, you have you have so many places that these strategies can already be applied to, and you're missing out on that potential because you just don't realize how far stretching these skills can actually go. And so I really want to encourage all of you, if you have an existing job, if you have an existing business, how can you add value to that job or business by utilizing these skills and applying it to that first and foremost? I mean, I would imagine that if you still had your nail business and it was still up and running and it was maybe too expansive and you were maybe a little bit older to shut it down, because you said, hey, I can't shut this down, I've got other people working, you would have immediately been implementing these strategies into that business. I mean, one of the big things that I get frustrated, I still get frustrated about this when I walk out of a business that I love and I that may even be struggling, a business that's local, a business that you can tell that's not a national, a huge corporation, and they're not utilizing email, for example. They're not utilizing text message marketing. I mean, every restaurant, every business should be collecting an email in exchange for something of value. The big corporations ask you in ways that are not really effective if you want to sign up, give your email for their marketing list. And it's like, no, I don't want to give my email for your marketing
Right.
list. But if you told me that, hey, give me your email in exchange for this free gift, in exchange for 15% off your order today, not, not sign up for a credit card that's going to give you, money off the next time you buy. What value can I get today?
Right.
Give me $5 for my email. I mean, if these companies actually did the math about how much a lead is worth to them, how they could monetize that email list properly, they would sign up for our marketing list today. Not only will we send you deals in the future, but we're going to give you $5 off your order today. It's like, okay, but now we're talking, right? And that's called great marketing. What better of a lead could you generate than somebody who's sitting at your cash register, getting ready to check out in your store, buying something right now? And then they'll go and they'll run a commercial for $10 million or $5 million out to just random people on TV with no way to track the marketing, with no way to know who actually saw the commercial and what sales is that driving.
Yep.
So just back to my point about, I wanted to drop this on everybody. Use these skills now, they apply to everything. And I love how you're also expanding. You're building your business wide as well as deep. You've got your own guides. You're creating digital products. You've got multiple affiliate products that you're promoting. Janelle, you're doing the deal. What has this process taught you about Janelle?
Well, I've seen a lot of growth in me, like with this, but I'm continuously learning more about myself as I'm on this journey. Like, if you asked me before, like, I would be so overwhelmed. Confidence wasn't there. I was stressed out, but like with this, like, I'm confident in what I know. Like, I know this works. Like, I'm confident in myself. Like, this has changed a lot for me. So
Yeah, you've in just 3 months, huh? Your confidence, or 4 months, whatever it's been, your confidence has been affected, and you can see it and feel it in your everyday life as well. Good for you. Good for you. What advice would you give yourself if you could go back and speak to yourself back in December, knowing what you know now?
Right. What would I say to myself? Stay consistent, but ask if I need help. Because sometimes, you can definitely stay consistent, and at least for me, I struggle so much with staying consistent, and that was a huge deal for me. And now it's like, if I could tell myself, just stay consistent, you got this. Like, it's all there for you. You just have to do it. I just had to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, so many of us are great at starting things but struggle following through. And it's better sometimes to take a break than quit altogether. Schedule in your self-care, schedule in your day,
Yes.
schedule in your massage or your nails or your beach day or day out with your friends, lunch, things of that nature. Sometimes I know we can get sucked in to projects, this business, other things that we're doing, and we can be so passionate about it. I know I was, that I did begin to get burnout. There was been many times throughout my career that burnout was a thing, and it was because I wasn't, stepping back and taking a break. And that burnout leads to irrational thoughts of quitting, in is
Yep.
this working, am I getting anywhere, when in reality I'm the last one usually to see my own growth.
Mhm.
And I just need to take a step back and
Right.
take care of myself as I'm building my empire. And so I cannot wait to see how this empire is continued to get built in your world. Janelle, you're a rock star. This has been wildly inspirational. You're so knowledgeable in such a short amount of time. You've worked really hard. I'm sure your husband is so proud of you,
Yes.
especially being, the entrepreneurial kind of advocate that he is, in learning advocate that he is, self growth. You guys have got something special going. So keep it up and come back and see me in the future and keep me posted on your journey. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Janelle. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, my friends, you can find Janelle over on Instagram at Make Money W Janelle, short for with Make Money W Janelle. Janelle spelled Janelle. Janelle, my friends. All right. What a beautiful day, my friends. What a wonderful day to continue to build your own dreams and your own empire, whatever that looks like for you. Oftentimes when we put in the work on something, we don't see or feel or notice how far we are coming until, in some cases, somebody else mentions it or something happens, which is another one of the reasons why we invite our clients on to Wake Up Legendary, because we like it to be a validation, like, hey, we notice you, like, good job. Oftentimes we don't get a lot of support or validation from friends and family. A lot of times people don't really understand. They're so busy in their own lives, working their jobs, and they may be not understand what we're doing, may even be critical towards it. We may be unsure. This is new. It's a new thing, and um, so try to notice your growth. But if you don't, keep building until somebody else notices it. And that may be something like an invitation on to Wake Up Legendary, but it's also probably going to be people who you're delivering value to out there in your audience that you're building, actually giving you positive feedback and affirmations and saying, hey, that really helped me. And you need to hang in there until you get those, because those way overwhelm the negativity, the hate, the people who are trying to tear you down, the people who are trying to smear your name, the people who are trying to craft stories about you that are untrue or not the full not the full story here. And for me, I can attest to that being the case. I've been doing this for 13 years, and I've had the amount of people who have either criticized or complained, compared to the amount of people who have gotten value and who have declared that value out loud. I mean, you see them every day here on Wake Up Legendary. We have hundreds of people every day slamming the comments. We have 1,300 people who have left reviews on this page without us asking for a single one. And by the way, why don't you guys go leave reviews for us if you have a positive experience here at Legendary? We've got there's lots of places that you can go leave positive reviews for us. Go, set out to do that for us. It helps us. It makes us not only feel good, it makes us, remember that we're in kind of be reminded that we're on the right path. And if you have any feedback for us or ways in which we can improve, you can always email support@legendarymarketer.com. You can even email me directly at dave@legendarymarketer. And we will continue to stay this course. We will continue to do the work that we need to do, continue to support you every step of the way in doing the work that you're doing as well, building your business. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode, as always, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you want to get a text message reminder when we go live, you can text WUL to 813-296-8553. Again, that's WUL to 813-296-8553. If you want to get started with any of our programs, you can go to legendarymarketer.com/enroll. And my friends, we will see you back here. Thank you for all of the amazing comments, by the way. You're so welcome. Sarah, Tom, you're so welcome, my friend. Maybach, thank you. David, peace out. Zafra, thank you to you. You have a great day, okay? Adelita, take care. Diaz, you're so welcome. Camus, you're so welcome. Joyce, hey, you're awesome. Michael, good to see you. Thank you so much. Blake, Austin, Carolyn, all of you. Thank you for being on. Thank you for such wonderful, loving, supporting comments back to me, back to Janelle. You guys are just the best. You're so welcome, Rochelle, for these lives. I agree. It's a great way to start my day as well. Mel, hey, welcome to the community. Sandy, you're so welcome. Stacy, appreciate you too. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey, Lorena, we tried to keep it interactive as much as we can. Janet, love you too. Cecilia, you're welcome. Your first one? Aw, great. Thanks. Glad to see you here. We'll be back here tomorrow for another episode, as we have been for now over 950 of these nearly always hour-long, completely authentic, organic, non-scripted interviews of people inside of our community taking our courses. And we look forward to another one tomorrow. So with that being said, be legendary, my friends. Get out of here. Peace.